Hello children, good morning. In the last class we had talked about nouns. Now you know what are nouns. In last class we had also discussed about two types of nouns, that are common noun and proper noun. Now today we will be moving towards the other types of nouns. Before that, let us define nouns once again. What are nouns? A noun is the name of a place, person, animal, or thing. Some of the examples of nouns are toys, animals, boy or girl, bird, flower, etc. Let us list down some of the nouns. There are different types of nouns: common noun, proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun, and material noun. Let us see what are collective nouns. A name or a number of collection of persons, animals, or things taken together and spoken of as one whole. That means when there are so many things and all those things are clubbed or joined together or brought together or spoken together as one word. So that is known as collective noun. For example, a bunch of, a pack of, a bouquet of. Now see here the spelling of bouquet. You can see Bouquet. So it is not bucket, it is not bouquet, but it is pronounced as bouquet. So these are the ways by which we speak the collective noun. Now let us see some examples to understand it in a better way. You can see here there are so many soldiers standing here. So we know that the singular word is soldier and its plural is soldiers. But when they are standing in a group and when we refer them or when we talk about them, then we talk as an army of soldiers. So here army is the word used for the collective noun or a group of soldiers. When there is a meeting of people, say for example directors, so when they meet, their meet is termed as a board of directors. So they form a committee, and when they sit for a meeting or they arrange a meeting, then their group is termed as a board of directors. Grapes. We know that when we see grapes, they are never seen as a single grape on the grapevine. They are always found in a bunch. So the collective noun for grapes is bunch, a bunch of grapes. Likewise, bananas, a bunch of bananas. In the same way, when there are so many keys, we know that we keep keys together, not a single key. For if we have so many almiras in our house, then we don't have separate keys, but we make a bunch of it. So it is termed as bunch of keys. A bench of judges. So whenever the judges sit to make a decision, you might have heard in Gujarati about the panch, the panchayat. When they sit, then they are five together, and so we say it as panchayat or panch. So likewise, when the judges they sit together to decide something, then their panel or their whole group is termed as bench. So, a bench of judges, a crew of sailors, a constellation of stars. You might have learned in science about constellations. Constellation is a group of stars. You might have heard about Ursa Major. You might have heard about different other constellations in the sky. So this group of stars is termed as constellations. Let us take some more examples. A bundle of sticks, a bevy of girls, a clump of trees, a band of musicians, a flock of birds, or a flock of sheep. Now here it is SHEEP, sheep. It terms the word used for the animal, not for the means of transport ship, that is SHIP, ship. Here it is SHEEP, ship, a flock of sheep. A bouquet of flowers, a mob of people, when so many people, right? People itself is a plural word, person is a single word, and people is a plural word. But then too, when so many people are together, then we term it as a mob. A swarm of bees, a fleet of cars or ship. Now here it is SHIP, ship. A gang of thieves, a herd of cattle or a herd of buffaloes, a litter of pigs or a litter of puppies, a library of books, a pack of wolves, a pack of thieves, a pack of cards. So these are the words that are used for collective nouns. A set of clubs or tools, a suit of rooms, a team of oxen or players, a tuft of grass, a string of beads, a shoal of fish, a troop of dancers, a troop of lions, a troop of monkeys. Now here there is a difference between TROUPE and TROOP, troop. Both are different words and both words are used separately for separate or different people or animals. Now let's move on to the abstract noun. What is an abstract noun? An abstract noun, from the word itself we can understand, abstract means to take something. Now what is it? It is a name given to a quality, a state or a concept. These are something which we can neither see nor touch, but which we can only feel or think of them. Now think of those words which we cannot see. Now here the first word that comes in our mind is God. But here we are talking about a quality, not someone eternal. So when we are talking about any quality, then what comes in the mind? Honesty. Then the other qualities like punctuality, trust, faith. So these are the words that comes in our mind when we talk about quality or concept. Let us take few examples. I always speak the truth. Now here, truth is the word that shows quality, and so it terms as an abstract noun. King Solomon is known for his wisdom. Now here, the word wisdom is used for abstract noun. The beauty of the place attracted me. What is the noun here? Beauty. Kindness is always rewarded. What is the abstract noun here? Kindness. And the most commonest sentence that you hear every time is Honesty is the best policy. So, what is the abstract noun here? Honesty. All the words in italics. Now, what is italics? When we type something, then on the left corner of your taskbar, you can find three letters written. One is B. B is for bold. So, your text is bold. It looks in dark letters. Next, in the middle box, you can find it is written I. That is italics. Now, regular fonts are straight, whereas italics are little bit slanted. So, you can see here, whenever we write a sentence, then you can see here, just see the first sentence. I always speak the truth. So, you can see the word truth is little bit slanted. So, the slant letters here shows that the words are written in italics. Okay, so they are the name of something that we can only think of or feel. So these are abstract nouns. Now, some of them even classify nouns as material nouns. Now, these material nouns are not everywhere in the syllabus in all textbooks, but we do classify nouns as material nouns. So, what are material nouns? A noun which stands for the matter or substance of which things are made is called material noun. In short, we can say when we talk about any material which is used for making anything, then that word that is used is termed as material noun. Let us take few examples. This chair is made of wood. The chain is made of gold. Clothes are made of cotton, wool and silk. So, here we can see that the names of the materials of which chair, chain and clothes are made respectively are termed as material nouns, and they are seen in italics. You can see that they are typed in italics. So, what are the materials? Wood, gold, cotton, wool and silk. So, these are the materials used for making different things respectively. So, they are material noun. Now, after learning the types of noun, you must also know that nouns can be countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Now, countable nouns and uncountable nouns are not always termed as type of nouns, but we may say that there can be different types of nouns, and from these nouns they can be countable or uncountable. Now, from the word itself we can understand that one which can be counted are termed as countable nouns, and the one that cannot be counted can be known as uncountable nouns. So, a countable noun is something that can be counted. It can be used in the singular and in the plural form. So, countable nouns can be used in singular and plural both. Whereas, an uncountable noun is something that cannot be counted. It can be used only in the singular form. Let us take some examples of countable and uncountable nouns. Here you can see eggs, bananas, olives, fries, burger, hot dog, apple, carrots, tomatoes, watermelon. Now these are all eatables. I have just given an example. There can be many nouns or many examples which can be used for classifying countable and uncountable, but this is just good for you to see. So I have taken this picture, foodies. I have taken foodies so that it would be appealing to you and you will like it. Okay, so eggs can be counted, bananas can be counted, apples can be counted. So they are termed as countable nouns. Whereas When we talk about milk, we don't say one milk or two milk. We say some milk, flour, salt, sugar, jam, meat, rice, honey, tea, cheese. We use the word 1 cube of cheese or 2 cubes of cheese, but we don't say 1 cheese or 2 cheese. So, this is the difference between countable and uncountable nouns. I hope by now you have understood all types of nouns, that is common noun, proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun, material nouns. And I hope now you will be able to classify between countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Have a nice day, and if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me anytime. Have a good day. Thank you.